Thinking about moving to Canada? Hold on. Before you pack your bags, let's explore some reasons why Canada might not be the best fit for everyone. From harsh winters to high living costs, there are several factors to consider before making the big move. In this video, we'll dive into 7 compelling reasons why moving to Canada might not be the right choice for you. Here are 7 reasons why not to move to Canada. Number 1. Harsh weather. One of the biggest deterrents to living in Canada can be the extreme cold weather and long winters experienced in many parts of the country. The western provinces like British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba frequently face brutally cold temperatures, with the mercury plummeting below 40 degrees Celsius at times, which can last for weeks or months. Create hazardous situations where exposed skin can develop frostbite within minutes, along with elevated risks of hypothermia, road closures, flight cancellations, and vehicle issues. Number 2. High cost of living. Toronto and Vancouver are known for their high cost of living, mainly due to expensive housing. In downtown areas, buying an apartment costs over $14,000 per square meter in Toronto and $15,600 in Vancouver, with one-bedroom rents often exceeding $2,500 monthly. Beyond housing, grocery bills average around $800 per month in Toronto and $850 in Vancouver. Transportation is costly, including expensive public transit passes, car insurance over $2,000 annually, and long commutes. Utilities, internet, and dining out are also pricier than in other parts of Canada. These high expenses make Toronto and Vancouver financially challenging places to live. Number 3. Healthcare wait time. Despite Canada's universal healthcare system providing services without direct charges to patients, the publicly funded model has grappled with excessive wait times that have become a defining challenge. These protracted delays vary significantly across provinces but can lead to increased patient suffering, poorer medical outcomes as reversible conditions deteriorate, lost productivity, and mental anguish according to physicians. While universal coverage is provided, Canada's healthcare system has faced mounting criticism over excessive wait times that many consider unacceptable. Thank you for watching this far. Please like and subscribe. Number 4. High tax. Canada's tax system is known for being quite high, which can leave residents with less money to spend. Income taxes range from 15% to 33% at the federal level, and provinces add their own taxes on top. In some places like Nova Scotia, the combined tax rate can be over 54% for high earners. Additionally, there's a 5% goods and services tax, GST, across the country. In 5 provinces, this is combined with provincial taxes to create a 13-15% harmonized sales tax, HST. Even in provinces without HST, the GST is still added to provincial taxes. These high income and sales taxes mean people have less money left over for things like housing, transportation, savings, and other expenses compared to many other countries. Number 5. Job market. Finding a job in Canada can be really hard for newcomers. They often face big challenges like not having Canadian work experience, struggling to get their foreign credentials recognized, and facing tough competition. Many employers want candidates with local experience, so newcomers can struggle to get hired without it. It's also tough to get foreign qualifications recognized by Canadian regulators, making it hard to work in the same field as back home. On top of this, newcomers compete with other immigrants and Canadian candidates who might have an advantage. Not having professional networks, language barriers, and not knowing the Canadian job market will make things even harder. Overcoming these challenges, like getting job counseling and networking, can feel like a really tough fight for newcomers trying to start their careers in Canada. Number 6. Limited transportations. In Canada, outside of big cities, public transportation options are limited, so many people need to have their own cars. In smaller towns and urban areas, there aren't many public transit stops, so most trips rely on personal vehicles. Even where public transit exists in smaller towns, it often has infrequent schedules, limited hours, and routes that don't cover all areas well. Plus, there's not much connection between different types of transit like buses and trains, making journeys with multiple legs difficult compared to using a car. Cities struggle to get enough funding to expand public transportation beyond big cities. So many Canadians outside of these areas need to have a car for transportation. Number 7. Cultural adjustment. Adapting to Canadian culture can be really tough for immigrants, often leading to culture shock. Newcomers can go through different stages, from excitement to feeling dislocated, stressed, and homesick. Everything, from language to food, feels different. Simple things like small talk or greetings can be confusing. Not speaking English well can make it even harder to connect with others. Some highly skilled immigrants might end up in low-paying jobs because their credentials aren't recognized. Adjusting to Canadian culture means being open-minded. Learning about differences, joining social groups, and getting support. It takes time and effort, but eventually, newcomers can fit into Canadian society. Going through this transition is really challenging and tests how resilient people are. Before you make any decisions about moving to Canada, it's important to weigh the pros and cons carefully. While Canada offers many opportunities and benefits, it's not without its challenges. From harsh weather conditions to high living costs and cultural adjustments, there are several factors to consider. Remember, the decision to move should be well informed and based on what's best for you and your family. Thank you. Please like and subscribe to our channel.